Kel, go on my thing and have a look.
Go on what? Graphic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says just testing.
Put something in the chat. Okay, that didn't go on there. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah. Yeah.
John's in. Man, I'm just testing. I'm trying. Can you see like my little logo in the bottom left corner?
Yeah.
Hi, Andy. How's it sound on the microphone, guys?
Sounds clear.
Can you hear it on there? Can you turn telly down a bit? Oh, there you go. It's coming up now. Look. There you go. So you should see the comments appearing on screen as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all good. Mike's clear. That's good. That's what I'm after. I've just bought a new one. Look at this. Look, like I'm a pro. Proper geeky, man. Proper geeky. But hiya, Dan. You all right, mate? Tom's Koi. I don't think I've seen. Is that a new channel, Tom, or is that just you? Your username. Proper. I don't know about that. What's this look like? Can you see that? Did that all change on the screen? That didn't all change, no? That's weird, isn't it? That is weird. But I'm surprised anyone's in. We've got 12 viewers in. Just type a little comment in, guys, and then we'll see what it does.
Now.
Oh, has it changed it now? So you're slightly delayed, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gone again now.
Yeah, I'm just testing the streamer software. That's still got KFC delivery in the background, although I've had a Chinese tonight, which is always good. And that's 12 viewers, man. I can't believe it. This time of night, you should all be tucked up in bed. Settings. Go to live YouTube dashboard. That's all mad. All mad. How's it going?
I'll come off there now.
Yeah, you can, yeah. Well, to be fair, I'm just testing, so I ain't really got anything much to say unless you want to ask anything, but yeah, it's a Friday. Is it Friday? I don't even know. Right, so much should pop up when I do this. I bet it don't know. So little logos down in the corner as well. This other stuff, I'm such a noob. I remember when I was younger, man, I would have been all over this like Trump on chips. But yeah, new job is Mint. Oh, I didn't know Eubank was on. Yeah, I'll have a look at them, Andy. But go back to you, John. Yeah, bit of an eye opener, mate. To be honest, I can't lie, mate. It's good. It's good. It's just like looking after your own pond, except with a little bit more pressure because they're obviously stock, and you've got to work within parameters, which is when I say parameters, to licensing conditions. So I've introduced a lot of new processes and records, etc. Only only because it's the way that I want to do it rather than what's already there. It was already there, but I was just looking at streamlining certain things and whatnot. So, but yeah, it's quite nice being able to select a koi. I ain't gonna lie, it's like a kiddie in a sweet shop, but you do have to take a step back actually at times. Because you've got to sell them, not just buy them and look at them and appreciate them. So yeah, it's buying what you think other people will like. And we've got Easter obviously approaching, which is like the start of the season. So it's having enough in store for everybody that keeps a pond, whether it be people just wanting fish to put in their pond and they don't really understand what it is that they're buying or doing. They just like the fish to put it in their pond. So you've got to cater for those people. You've got to cater for people just getting into the hobby. So you've got to have some little higher end stuff, not overly expensive as well, but decent enough quality that people will buy, which is interesting. And you've also got to have some of the higher end stuff, which tend to stick around a bit longer because you've got to get the right buyer. But at the same time, it's about keeping your customers. It's about gaining the trust of the customers as well, because as everybody knows that buys a koi, hi there Lyndon, you tend to put a lot of trust into the people that you speak with and take the advice from. So it's something that I haven't got a problem doing with regards to the advice, etc. And I'm sharing as much knowledge as I can with people that want to hear it in the shop, if I'm honest. Wheels, so it all depends what you want to achieve, mate, because they both do different things. What you need to look at with regards to the pond is number one, flow rates, and number two, if you're getting and where you need to put it in your system. So if you come back with what it is that you're trying to achieve, I'll be able to give you a better understanding of which one you should go for, mate, if that's what you're looking for. So the face green smiling. I don't know what that is. That what my face is green like a Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan, Incredible Hulk even. So but yeah, it's sort of, to go back onto the actual job itself, it's not easy in any stretch of the imagination. You get constantly interrupted with any of the jobs that you got on. The amount of fish going through one pond is huge. So that's a cool little icon, that. So you've also got to think of the quality of the koi with regards to health wise, and what you're potentially giving to somebody, knowing that they've got to put it in the pond. So I have got a video that I've put together. I haven't released it yet because I'm still giving it a little bit of sort of cherries on the cake, if you like, just doing a little bit of polishing up. So when it comes to the actual fish, as soon as I see that there's a problem, you're straight on the water testing, you're straight on the scrapes, and if you do find any outbreak, then it's down to what it is that you're treating. So whether it's an individual effort or case, how the best treatment is, how to do so much to ensure that the fish his health is paramount and it's up to scratch. And secondly, following guidelines to ensure that any of that livestock doesn't go out the shop and be introduced into anyone's pond to give them further issues. So running an easy pod at the moment. Okay, at present just want another filter. So wheels, if you're on an easy pod, you've only got a static filter bed. Okay, so adding a Tempest will only polish the water. It won't act as any other sort of filter other than catching fines, and you will also have to reduce any flow down to an optimal of 7,500 litres an hour, I think it is. So that's something to bear in mind. If you go for a backy shower, you're going to have to put another pump on, and then from the pump up to the backy shower, it's a good way of adding an additional way of gassing your water off, defeating ammonia and nitrite, as well as depending what media source you put in the shower, you will be looking at either harvesting bacteria or using pumice stone, etc. All depends. If you use backhouse media or CSM, you have to think about what it is that you want to achieve. So if you're looking to keep your water parameters better, I would go with a backy shower every day of the week over a Tempest. If you're looking to polish your water up and remove the fines, then go with a Tempest. But backy shower is by far more beneficial for your water quality. Um, 80 degrees Fahrenheit, blah blah. Oh man, from the USA. Yeah man, that's good. Thank you very much for tuning in. I didn't realise I went all the way out there. Yeah, string algae is a bit of a nightmare for most people's ponds. What I will say is, don't go chucking a load of hydrogen peroxide into your pond like I've seen people do on YouTube. You're not gonna achieve eliminating string algae by doing that. You have to remember what hydrogen peroxide is. It's adding an extra element of oxygen into water, for number one, and number two, it can be used as a mild detergent. So it's quite good for cauterizing any wounds on fish, for example, to remove any dirt, etc., before administering any other type of first aid that you may need to put on there, whether it be for ulcers or knock scales, whatever it is that you're going to be achieving. So it is something that's worth using on that, but not for string algae. I don't know what you can get over in the US, mate, so I can't really give you any sort of advice on that, but we use a very good one over here is clover leaf. That seems to be, I mean, I've never used it, but it seems to be a go-to product in the shop for most people that are treating it. So no worries, Wills, man. With regards to your backy as well, it wouldn't hurt to buy second hand. There's plenty out there, and you probably get a decent second hand shower for half the price of what you pay for a half decent one in a shop. So just barely just right work out for that. Barley straw does work well, Wills, you're right, but what you got to remember is barley straw is better before you have an algae breakout. If you can get hold of any barley extracts, it's quite hard to get hold of these days. That worked wonders for me a couple of years back when I had a bloom. So, hi there, Dave. Hope you're well, mate. Let's have a look quick down the comments. I can't believe we've got 17 viewers at this time of night, to be honest. Yeah, blah blah blah. Colombo algae treatment is bang on. Okay, that's good, J-Mac. I agree with that, to be honest. So what's quite interesting is people that are coming into the shop at the minute, seeing yeah, they're all right on Apex Coin, mate. What you've got to look at, Wills, with your shower, make sure that the tiers have got the ability to have air escaping at each level. Okay, that will basically ensure that when your water's crashing through the shower, it's also got the ability to gas off. There are other backy showers on the market that I've seen that are fairly airtight and they're not going to do the same job, so just bear that in mind, mate. Hi there, Joe Matt. Hello, Mr. Tate. Ask me a question, Al, and don't give me it's all bollocks. Now, how good do I sound, mate? Look, I've got a new microphone. Check this out. Look at that. Ricky Stoddart, eat your heart out, mate. What I'm saying. Okay then, so just filled a 1,000 gallon pond. What should I add before I put my koi into it? Well, it all depends, mate. If you've not chlorinated your water, you need to look at dechlorinated your water. You need to look at a way of doing that. Okay, so you can buy chemical to do that at the shop. However, the best thing to do is just keep your pond moving for a couple of weeks before you even think about putting any fish in it. And if you have the air on, that will, as the bubbles pop, that will also help you gas your water off. Make sure you do a test on your water as well for your chlorine to make sure that it's all dissipated out into the atmosphere before adding. Good to see that, Pete. Second thing that you need to think about is when you're adding your koi into your pond, you need to think about kickstarting your beneficial bacteria. Okay, so any beneficial bacteria additive such as I've got two that I've used in the past. So your JSP, very good, and also the EA filter gel. Smells like your granddad's socks, so you know that it's good stuff. I don't know why I call it beneficial bacteria, because it stinks to high heaven, but put that in amongst your moving bed filter as well, and then add a couple of what I will call, only in word sake, sacrificial fish. And when I say sacrificial fish, it's your least favourite, so if you have any problems, you're not hurting your better fish. That will then help kickstart your filter off. Again, monitor your water parameters, your ammonia, nitrite, pH, KH. They're the main ones to keep an eye on. So once you start getting your bacteria's working, then gradually add your koi. And that way you're not going to OD on overfeeding and giving yourself a huge amount of ammonia spikes, etc. So that's the way I've done it. That's the best way to do it, and that's the way that I would do it. I'm not saying that's the way you should do it, but that is the way, if I was to do it in my pond, the way that I would do it. It just seems to work that way, to be honest. Yeah, that's a good point, J Mac, is your temperature fluctuations as well. Try and keep it within 2 degrees, or float them in a bag if you can. And that, you know, you're not going to generally have too much issues if you're not going to have too much issues with adding fish to an outdoor pond. If your fish are already outdoors, you'll tend to find, if they're both in the back garden, they'll be within 2 degrees anyway, through my own findings, and I would imagine it's the same for where you are. But again, check your temperatures anyway. Would I add salt? No, I wouldn't. There's no requirement to go from one pool to another. If I was buying a fish from a supplier or a retailer, fish acts as a good salt acts as a good tonic before putting your fish into a pond if you've not got any way of doing a separate pond for a couple of weeks for quarantining. So you don't need to put salt into your pond before adding fish from into a new pond, for instance. There's no need to. Right, so Wheels Koi. So salt doesn't always. It's not always there to treat for sickness. It's also there for a tonic. So what it will do, it will basically lift a koi after a stressful event. Again, it's something that you have to have a good bit of research on. Make sure you know what you're doing before you do it. So you should be working on a 0.3 rating of your your salt, and you need to have a nice little check pen to ensure that you've got the right levels. Okay. That's what you need to bear in mind with salt. And the other thing is you use PDV, which is vacuum dried. It is not what you put on your chips. You put that sort of salt into any water, you're going to kill your fish. Alright, so can you not hear me, Wills? Can anyone else not hear me? Everybody wants a brew cow.
You are?
Everyone's asking for a brew, love.
How do they take it? Do you want one, Andy?
Okay, no, I'm good. Everyone could hear the kettle in the mic. That's mad, isn't it? So, yeah, just bear that in mind, guys, with the salt and that. Make sure you're not just using it for the sake of it. All right. Some people use salt in their pond the whole time, but you have got to make sure that you're making. You have got to ensure that you've understand the limitations, the pros and cons of salt. So, Alan Tate said he'll have coffee with no sugar, and Tom has too many sugars. He's such a granddad. It's unreal.
Oh, you leave Alan alone.
Okay, Chris, yeah, come down. I've got a couple of tanchos down in the shop, mate. Fairly decent size as well. Off the top of my head, I believe they're 995, but they're good quality. They do really need to go outside because the benny's starting to dull off a little bit, but as soon as you get them outside, that benny will pick up no problem. And I have got some really good asagis as well. I've sold quite a few actually of the decent quality ones, so it's very nice, if that's a good word to use, that people are actually hearing some of the advice that has been coming out on the asagi and what to look for at a young age. So I know that Alan Tate and I have had a good conversation about that. And when Alan came down to the store, he was very quick to point out that the quality of the asagi down at Perfect Aquatics is actually really good, and they are also from Oya. And if you don't know who Oya is, he is a very, very top rated asagi breeder. In fact, he has actually won some quite high honours with asagi himself that is bred. So yeah, the best one's gone in my opinion. That went first, but what's happening is now, so if you think back to what Ricky says about the ugly duckling turning into the swan, I have got in store some asagi that are 10 to 15 cm that are full of benny, in all the right places. Really nice fish, too finished for those people looking for a bit of quality, and the quality ones, clean heads, great reticulation on the scale, clean pecks, tiny little bits of benny starting to show. One of them bloomed quite quickly actually. I couldn't believe the speed that the benny developed. Literally come within 2 weeks on the fish. I think that one's gone now though. So, but we've got a fair few in store worth coming down to have a look at, Chris. Plenty of other stuff in there anyway. It's a shower. Just come out of the settling in period. Very young koi for Tozai. Lots to do. Again, ugly duckling scenario, but there are some real good examples of what I refer to as shooters, all from the same spawning, and some of them have got body and length on them that are to die for. It's just whether or not you've got the vision to see where the sumi and the benny will go when it develops. But they're so young that they're nowhere near finished. As long as you can look at the body first, you will get yourself a really good fish if you're early enough. There's 3 particular pieces that I can think of in that pond itself that I know are going to be decent fish in the right pond. You can just see the body shapes on them, absolutely mental. So, anybody got any other questions? Considering I was only coming on here for a test, I think it's not gone too bad. I'm not sure though whether or not that comments box is frozen. Is that comments box frozen, guys, on that? I'm not sure if it's crashed or something, Kel. Let's see if I do that. Make it bigger for you, Al, if you're still watching. It's green water. Yes, is the answer, Al. There's nothing wrong with green water. Green water actually, it makes no odds to a koi. In my opinion, I'm currently running fairly green water myself, but you can keep green water, and from my understanding, it doesn't hurt a koi in any shape or imagination. So if I'm wrong, let me know in the comments, Al, because I'll be interested to see what you say. But as far as I'm concerned, it matters not. It's just we take green water away from water because we need to make it aesthetically pleasing for us to enjoy our fish in a garden. So, Chris, I follow all you guys. Koi Talk Wholesale, Lee Hadfield. We're all putting out the best information. Defo be coming down to have a look at the Tozo. Probably my budget at the moment, especially on some fish. Okay, mate, budget is brilliant. I mean, Chris, make yourself known to me when you're down at the shop. I'm not going to be in on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, so any other time I will. But I'll happily take a couple of fish up and run you through and try and get you a really good koi that you like the looks of for your money, mate. It's not a problem. That's what we're here for. So, you know, that's what we're here for, mate. The one in your screen has frozen. Cool. I will remove that. That should have gone now. Thank you for letting me know, mate. I'm still working out on the stream, so yeah, I was just out, Ash and Chris, I was just out to test a couple of bits that I've picked up today. So always picking on you, Alan. It's a good job you can take it. He does take it as well, Tom. That's the thing. You see, you wait until both Lee and I are about Al. You're going to get it, mate, I tell you.
Leave Al alone.
See, even the missus loves you, Al. She's never even met you yet. But right, so just to give you a heads up, guys. So I know it's a late one, but I have secured a whole pond of Momotaro Kahaku. I haven't got an arrival date for them just yet, but Perfect Aquatics, we was planning to go towards the end of April to do an event. However, it looks like that's going to be delayed somewhat. It does, Tom, as well. It does look like the event that we was planning is going to be delayed due to fish delays. So we're going to have to realign the stars to work out what's going to happen. However, I know that, Al. Now I have got potentially Ricky coming down from Koi Wholesale to help with the event, but that is only potentially. That's not set in stone yet. I definitely will have Alan Tate available, so we're currently in talks to be able to do something. They're Tozai, Ash and Chris, so it's going to be affordable for everybody, mate. But I want as many YouTubers about to come over. We're also going to run a couple of specials on the day as well, and Lee Hadfield's going to come over as well. So you'll get to meet Lee if you haven't met him either. We do mainland delivery, Andy. So our delivery fee is £25. We make absolutely zero money on that. That is our courier's fee for transporting live fish. So you're simply paying the budget that our couriers charge us. So we don't put anything extra on. You'll see my dog going mental in a minute. She picks on the stuffy. So just to reiterate, Momotaro Kahaku, Tozai, 17 to 20 cm, I'm led to believe. Yeah, Ash and Chris, man, should come up and have a look. We're not fully stocked out at the minute. We've still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We've still got 6 ponds that need filling. However, 170 Momotaro Tozai, and I've also got 300 pieces coming from Coda as well. Now, another thing that I'm keen to pick up from people is if you drop me a line and you're looking for a particular type of fish, size, quality type, etc., drop me a line and I will see what I can do regarding getting the right fish to you guys. So if I can get what you're looking for, I'll obviously send you a picture within your budget, and then you come back to me if you want it or not, and then I'll arrange for it to either be delivered to the shop and picked up or delivered to you directly. So I've got plenty of ways of ensuring that you guys are looked after. So for the event, no, 170. I've got a whole pond from Momotaro Kahaku. Not priced anything up yet, but it will be a growing show. 1 year event, and we'll be awarding a prize for biggest growth and best quality. I haven't cleared it with Alan yet, but what I'll do is I'll get Alan to judge quality between me and Al, and then we will always look at the best quality between us and then award on that as well. So just so you're aware. Yeah, that'd be good, because I know Marek come down when I weren't in, Ash, and Chris, whoever's typing in. So yeah, we've got other things on, so we'll probably give a percentage discount in store as well for anyone that's turning up, and I will be looking I would be looking at potentially looking after certain individuals that come as well. There is a koi cafe on site. There's really nice coffees and food, and we'll be looking to ensure that you're looked after in that department as well, if and when you come. So but there'll be more details following on later on. We are in a place called Hitchin in Henlow. So SG16 6 Bravo Bravo is the postcode, guys. But I've got loads of fish in. Keep your eyes peeled for the video that I'm going to put together. I just need to publish. I'll give you a little bit of a rundown of what's in each pond. Hi, cheers Chris. At least I know is your pond's looking fab, by the way, mate. Some really nice fish. I do often see your little posts that you put on, keep an eye on them. Considering you're running a pressure filter, it's doing a bloody good job. Hi Si, I was just telling everyone that I've put a little video together. Your fish is looking absolutely amazing, mate. It's actually getting better every single day that I look at it. So you need to get down here to pick it up, dude. Anyway, guys, it is way past my bedtime and I've got to be up at Sparrow's Fart in the morning to ensure I get to work on time. Otherwise, the boss will sack me. He's already made a comment today on here. Boss man, it's good to see he's keeping an eye on me, isn't it? He's very. What's he put on here? Oklahoma, man. We reached Oklahoma tonight. How cool is that, man? I'm dead chuffed for that. We need more people from the States tuning in, though. So, where are you? Who was it that said Oklahoma? I wish you'd have said Alabama. So David and Howard, if you got any friends and that, get them on our channels so we can start getting a lot of the American audience involved as well. It'd be so good to see some of the Americans joining us. But I wish you'd have said Alabama, because I love it in Forrest Gump when he goes, Alabama! That's great, man. It's the best. Anyway, guys, I'm off. I'll speak to you tomorrow. If you don't bore me, that is. But I'll definitely speak to you. And guys, stay tuned. Look out for the video. And we'll be back soon. Hang on a minute. I need to look. I should say we've finished.